Mm, mm. Mhm. There we go. Okay. All right. I know in 6 minutes, technically seven, but whatever. Minutes early, but I'm just letting y'all listen to the music. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, I did not realize I was. Sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know, Lost. Uh, I've walked. I work where I work in my day job is literally I wear steel toe boots, and I occasionally get to 7 miles, which is in steps 35,000 steps. So I understand the feeling of feet pain, especially after something fell on your foot, too. To walk to a bank and back. Well, at least the ground probably wasn't that hard. Yep. Hmm. Okay, dude. Not just what I saw total. Ooh, boy, was it in the? Ooh. Hopefully, no one got badly hurt. But a totaled vehicle is dangerous in its own right. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay. Oh, that's great. uh, yeah. That when mind you, this is not me bragging. This is me because of what I have to do at work. Hey, Raven, this Raven of Despair. Thanks for following. Uh, I've downed a 20. Actually, that's what it is. Almost a gallon of Gatorade due to the heat at work. And that's a week. Nice, dude. I'm only at 16 on YouTube. Oh, before I forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, consider subscribing, liking, and commenting the video. And I've started posting shorts of certain build things, like literally. Hold on, let me actually bring this down. Look at those scales. Look at those scales on that arm. Looks like a jacket, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like gator skin, and that's from me not doing a pattern. I'm just randomly scratching, etching the parts. I really hope to actually build this some of these other models and stuff that I have planned, especially the customizations. Like the biggest one that I have on a backlog is just painting that I have to do. I'm trying to find the right paint that would give me the right kind of a the way this the way these can shine, but I need it in 3 different shades of blue for that suit. Ah, it's an awesome idea. I just have to find the things. Huh. And considering that I intend to actually build eventually for bounty, I have parts from the 2 Commando Quantras. I fused the blade portions that were never used, and I need to use the thing. I need to craft the holder for the metal for that to go onto a rifle thing. Seriously, I'm getting very annoyed with beats right now. It's trying stupid. Yeah, that would be scary. Here we go. That's better. I do not know what's up with my SPS at all. I lowered everything down. Hopefully it'll better soon. But yeah, essentially each component I plan on crafting myself. And I wanted to have where essentially Bounty had a way of bloody heck had 2 swords that could be used as blasters. Oh yeah, that's actually an annoying feeling too. And yes, I've used the rifle bits. Gotta find one in my mess that's underneath my table. I gotta clean there because I lost it after I fully built that custom one. Ah, yes, the GM sniper rifle 2. One that has 2 modes, mini machine gun and rifle, to snipe your butts from a distance, worse than the first. And that's still funny to me. Huh. I really do think that the DNs, all the mobile suit Gundam 00 are more likely to exist besides the ones with reactor system. If we can figure out how to create a particle system that can hold energy, but also use it as a power source for a ship and use it as a way of as a way of propelling multiple different ships to follow, but it constantly generates energy. I like crazy ideas. Hit me with it. But mind you, don't make it a long sentence, or cream elements will knock it. High grade high grade or master grade? If you just got me to think because I do not like the free. I do not like the C units. Story wise, amazing, but practical wise, not so much in my mind. Now I have an idea on something I can get and do. Because high grade would be easier to do a kit bashing. Master grade, I already had that same thought, but with some other suits I actually wanted to build together, where I mix the arm unit of Exia, use the weaponry, Exia's weaponry. I'm probably better off putting this there. And the entire zero system for the wing unit. I'll hold him up for right now. Ow, 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 ow. Anyway, stretch my legs. Can't sit into myself for long. Or start hurting myself. From rampage. Alright. Okay. Another part. Another runner down. Now for the last heal. Rifle holder bit. I'm getting more and more ideas, custom builds. Then after this, I go into weapons, which is just 2 pistols. I go into this. There we go. That was a battle damage version, if I'm remembering correctly. That piques my interest. Oh. Final battle version. I'm trying to remember that kit. I understand the other one, but this Strato Gundam. Infinite Strato Gundam, Iron Blooded Orphan crossover, man. In a way, I actually believe that would be not as unusual as some people think. given what I've seen and dealt with. That does sound interesting to me. But seriously, are you shooting beats? The thing is, I was a second pilot in the second to pilot like this. I have to say this: being the second pilot to pilot Barbatos is not always going to be a good thing. No hatred to anyone. It's literally that thing, just like any demon or devil, you have to sacrifice something to get more power. And Mika really should not have had no choice but to do that. Sacrifice his arm and his eye just so he can protect his friends and his wives. And yes, I said wives. Oh, that was so satisfying. That sounds very interesting, but also very sus. Save someone that was. That's a timeline branching sort of a situation. Not very smart to cause those. After all, right now, technically, we're in the. Nope. Can't say anything. Do not say. Cannot say anything. When it comes to that, I mustn't. I don't want anyone. I don't want any of the time guys coming after me. Having knowledge of the future is dangerous. Yeah, Barbatos should have kept going up, 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 up in its evolution. So far that it should have been at its max peak before it got knocked out. But that doesn't always turn out that way. Considering Barbatos Lupus Rex, I honestly think it could have gone further. Give it some wings, let it be able to fly, make it some crazier stuff like that. They missed a chance to make it Barbatos Lupus Rex Dragon, which in fact is what I am trying to which is one of my on backlog builds. I never really finished it. I have to get the right components to finish it, which I have to order for Craft the Wings, as you already know. 13 Lost in Flames. Okay, I'm getting seriously. Pizza's being pain. Um, wait, first stage. Oh, you just gave me a good idea. It'd be like the first stage would be this one, where I do some slight modifications, and then I craft. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm definitely gonna try and find them. Mind you, there is one problem. They're not always gonna be compatible. I've already fell into that problem once before. Just Freedom Rex, maybe, but it have to be draconic freedom, because I will be putting the scales on them. Yeah, makes me really, really want to try and build some crazier stuff. Here we go. Music back. Okay, did I put it on correctly? Yep. Right now, for the weapon. Here we go. There we go. Right. Normally, this would be white. Let me get the sticker. You notice? Normally it would be white. I don't like that. I don't like these. Not always a good thing. Ah, yeah, that's gonna be nice. 13. I still call you 13. My brain. But yeah, that's gonna be very nice. I'm still trying to figure it out. Thanks for the file, Daniel's done. Hello. All right, Dana. Yeah, I'm building custom builds most of the time. For now, I'm trying to get things built before I start my next custom, which is actually a flat out custom. Hmm. Yeah, and then it helped my dyslexia kind of kick in, and I read it differently. Yes, it is going to be the Iron Mass unit. Most people don't, which is kind of funny in my regard. In fact, some people actually would think this is an actual game. Someone actually, literally, someone actually thought when I said I got a model, I got to build two Gunpla today on stream, finish one and start another. They thought I was actually talking about a game. Yeah, this is going to be a fun build to me because one, it is uh, a equivalent to what it is the Figure series. What are you thinking, 13? Whoa. For which suit? For this one? Because I would have to get the Ace unit again. I've already had to buy it twice. In fact, Bounty actually has that for aerial mode for the gear change system. It's not a character, it's a robot. Granted, some have shown signs of characteristics like protecting their pilot. Like in the original Gundam Wing series, Senra actually protected Patra before he went into space. So that shows AI development. Then you go further back with technically every Gundam series from 1979 to 2000 was one timeline, just 10,000 years apart. Which you can then insert any of these supposed alternate timelines. Oh no, Pacific Rim's much massive, and one of this from Double Zeta could take those suits apart, and it was piloted by one person. That's how massive they are to pull something like that off. And considering this, there was a point in the Star movie, Star's counterattack movie. This is what happened. The literal, there was no time travel, but a group of robots pushed a entire asteroid back into space, and then one suit did the rest of pushing it out. Well, I've been building it for a few days, yeah. I haven't done it. I did some customization. This hasn't been one that I did major alteration, all detail change, like paint job, some etchings. Let me actually bounty, which is a part of my. Let me get my bounty. Let me get bouncy out. I have to actually dig him out. Oh. This is Protonic Bounty. This is a major customization. Oh, yeah. This is just the armor. That's the character. Yes. That's just armor that I wear. Hmm. And mind you, I've actually gotten better. I'm still not at the point where I can pull Fraser stuff off. I'm still doing it. I've been using jewelry smithing techniques to build things when I build stuff. That way it looks nice. Nice. Considering Gundam it's actually started to become more digital. Dang. I haven't messed with Breaker for a while, so I need to get back into it. Because it's still an amazingly fun game, but streaming it, it's pretty much dead. Nice. Yes, it is a game. In fact, some of my clips are actually of the gameplay. There we go. All right. Um, here. Turn this up. Yeah, that was awesome. And I started using some of the Spire methods that saw. for maneuverability with the tail unit. When I figured out how to do that, do some Spider-Man moves. That was fun. Uh, They'll pull some crazy stunts off is amazing. All right. Ah, no, nah, that's totally fine, dude. Believe me, compared to some of the stuff I've been through, someone not knowing anything about Gundam and anything, that's nothing. We have no problem explaining it to people. After all, gunplay is freedom to do whatever, build however you want. In fact, there's been some people that actually done some crazy customization. Some made the Wing Zero units, the battle damage, and they did a diorama of that, and it looks amazing. And I'm not at that point yet. Oh god, yeah. That transformations was that Gundam is, but it was uh kind of a Super Sentai Transformer sort of thing. Oh god. I don't want to ever think of that unit. Yes. And there was the countless other series. There's even an entire series called Build Fighters and Build Divers and Build Fighters Try that actually do the same thing that we do, that I'm doing, that they can fight them. Oh no, no, no. This one doesn't need wings. There's certain ones that do have wings. Ah, let me actually get this SD that I have close by. Sure. Like this thing. All suits have wings. Some are actually flat out wingless, or they have something equivalent, actual wing systems that allow them to fly, or don't. It all depends on the suit itself. Like, technically, there's the first transformable flight unit was Zeta, was the Zeta unit. And drives don't need that. It allows them to fly. Correct. Equivalent to Iron Man, yes, but at the same time, it's think of the arc reactor on steroids. Right. Needed to make sure that would work before I did. And there's countless other suits that can actually do just as much, if not worse. Like technically, if you look up exam system from the uh from the Universal Century timeline, because we know that the entire timeline is just 10,000 years apart, the end point of that entire thing ends up with the zero system. Yeah, that's stuck. One of the bad things I don't like about this unit, when you build a thing, this gets stuck. But let's see here. Um, and when I put that in there, yep, all I have to do is that. Okay. Or, not really part separator. Cut that off. This thing's supposed to actually flip down from right there. Cut that off. Pull that down. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, did I? Put it backwards. Oh, that's my old logo. That's my old logo that I'm using until a buddy of mine finishes the PNG, which is 13. You remember this, right? The Gundam Meisters from Double O mix that with the Common Rider belt and armor changing. But instead of the plate, chest plate, dragon scales and dragon eyes illuminated from the helmet. Season 1 or Season 2? Oh. So yeah, he's still doing. He already knows how I want it done. I've tried to explain that to some other people that make things. Ah, Gundam pilot, all pilots have to wear normal suits, which are, here's the best way I can describe it. Do you know of the stuff with the SpaceX suit that Tesla made? Those are equivalent to normal suits. Kamen Rider is it's not really a Sentai, but yeah, think of that as a normal suit. Now, that's the pilot for a Gundam. Now, if you put that with a Kamen Rider belt, which is equivalent to a transformation device, you can then be the pilot, and then you have the armor of the suits on top of it, like steel, Zeno, the whole thing. There was a few Kamen Riders that had that. Granted, I have so many ideas. I've already talked to some people that know about my how I want to, and it's going to be awesome. But at the same time, it's going to be miserable to try and find someone. I'm still looking for someone that could do armor. Try and convert these guys into armor. Yes. So yes, armor on the pilot suit. Yes, that's eventually where I'm going to go. Granted, that is equivalent to what would be a how can it be say this a humanoid of what a dragon would, but a dragon can, but mechanical. There's a point where this more interesting because one, the hanger would yes, a humanoid dragon, yeah, but it's an ancient dragon, and also equivalent to yeah, the Mark III armor set scene. Yeah, that would be awesome, but at the same time, think of go further and not that one. Think of the uh his nanite armor. That's more equivalent to what my the whole design scheme is for my entire thing. Yeah, the briefcase. But think of the briefcase more of a belt. But like I was saying, in the more accurate way of looking at it, think of his armor that he fought Thanos in. No, no, that was the Mark III. It was in Iron Man 2, yes. Uh, okay, yeah. Hold on, hold on. Did that? What the? What the strut? What? I was trying to laugh because I knew what you were trying to do, but I. Ah, there it is. I uh I gotta remove that permitted term because I know what you're trying to say. When you actually say that next time, might I suggest actually saying first. I'll understand what it means because of my own brain, and also it goes back to a Guru joke. Yeah, the briefcase was Mark V. Seriously, there we go. I do hear one thing. The more equivalent to what the entire system would be, go to Endgame Iron Man suit, where it was nanites. Think of it like that, and the jumpsuit is basically the pilot suit. That is more to what it would be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was in the background. That was the suit in the background. And in fact, if I remember correctly, I think most of that suit was actually practical, practically made, where you could actually wear it. No falsehood, no fake, practically made to actually function. Wait. Mm. Mm-hmm. And then there's the what would be more equivalent to what my entire thing would be. It, like I said before, the Endgame one, where he's in that tracksuit and he tightens it up in a certain withdrawal string, which because you have to have that tight because the nanobots would destroy anything you wearing. So the tracksuit really does make sense for him to be wearing that. Honestly, I wouldn't mind collabing with you on Twitch, dude. Once you get that up and running. But mind you, I may end up having to switch my starting times in a couple after 2 weeks. It depends on what he's talking about of Project Infinity. A Disney thing, or it could his own personal project that he's using that as a code name. That's definitely going to be interesting and be very helpful to you. Yeah, that's eventually going to be happening. He's still in the middle of, a buddy of mine's still making it. He's trying to make it to where it's perfect. That's one reason I have no problem with why it's taking so long. Yeah, most of it would be considered a web series, not really a web series. And yeah, he will probably get a reference sheet from it anyway. But I will have to use my own gunplay as references for a lot of the. There it is. All right. Ooh. Yep. Most of this is going to be interesting. That's for dang certain. And I will be streaming tomorrow around the same time as today. I'm trying to do the. I want to just start a little bit of the mouse unit. That'd be nice. To be honest, I'm trying to find a artist that actually has no problem with trying to transfer. Like I said, any that I've actually colored and classified as draconic are actually I would be trying to transfer over into the armor for my B2B model. Like this guy is the first stage. Nice. That's gonna be interesting. 13. Ah, yeah. I can't even remember what I said anymore. But essentially, I'm trying to find a model artist that could understand that one, there's armor over the suit, over the pilot state, which is going to be the base state, and each armor has an upgrade system. So much so that it can go to an extreme level where the final state would be essentially components from every suit blending into one unit. I'm sorry, I just was transferring some stuff over. Now I actually have to fix. Oh, right, bring that up. OBS hasn't crashed on me in a while. You're kidding. I'm sorry about the alertness. Well, considering that I want to first get the PNG would be the first step. Get the PNG done, and then I gotta save up money for it. I'm sorry, my brain went into automatics. kind of, you took me but aback for a second. Sorry. All right, this one's almost done. I do know I still have all the pictures that I gave him and all the stuff that I talked to him about it. And there he is. This one's now finished. The only problem, I keep remembering this. I forgot why I didn't like this suit all that much. Because face makes him fall. Ooh, you're definitely gonna have fun, 13. There we go. Ooh. But there he is. And he's already in positioning. You're now finished. Now let me be easy. What do you think about the head? Oh, it's gonna be 2D first. I don't have a a tracking rig yet. Now I have to set him into the hangar for pictures. All right. I do not care about keeping the box or the runners in. But granted, I do like this entire suit. It was a good build. The only thing is the you have to use a action base to kind of keep it from messing up a lot. That's the only thing that's bad about this. Besides, you also having to glue and do some small fixes on it. Now, I want to do the parts from this. Take the part from this that I need. Because this, I have to take the arms and legs from this for another suit. Wait a minute. Did I put the wrong one in the wrong spot? Yes, I did. Oh, okay. Here he is. I forgot. I left this one with the bands on it for a reason. Oh, start off as a and then do the model. Yeah. Considering that I do eventually want to have a B2B model, a 2D one, but right now I just want to get to the PNG. Okay, now I have to. Ah, there's this part. One of the parts I need. Okay. Now, this is just getting the parts I need from this and tossing it all back in the box. Just getting the part I need. Essentially, it's more than two characters. There's components from multiple different writers. You stay there. I need that wire. Essentially, I'm doing an Iron Mouse Gunpla. Custom Gunpla. No, Ricky, thank you for the follow. Once I finish this, I plan on sending this to Beast Shoujo corporate headquarters. so that they can actually and yes, literally 4 Iron Mouse. I'm gonna custom build this, send it to Peach Show headquarters so they can send it to her. Mind you, this is my own custom build. I'm doing it on my own accord. I was not commissioned to do it either. This one. It's the one with the mace that has it. I remember this far too well. This is the one that has the backpacking that I need, not the first runner. I don't do commissions. Well, not that I don't, I haven't gotten any ever. This is just something I'm doing on my own because, one, her and another person got me into doing streaming. Finally got me to finally do what I've been wanting to do for years. Okay, trying to remember the other component I need. There it is. There's the other parts. Oh, there we go. And this is going to be one where I'm actually also adding another component. Yeah, it's going to be basically scratch building parts. Like, technically, I'm going to be splitting this in half, taking this away and making it into for horns. Well, considering that this actually helps me get some anxiety and angst out, that's the main reason why I like building models. One, it's good ADHD, other thing, but also you're basically building it from, yeah, basically it's like you're designing your own model. But the main reason why this is going to be kind of the weird one out is because I literally will have to do something with this. Oh, no. The feet and nail feet? No. The entire arm and leg is for the Vienna suit. I'm using the arms and legs for that for the Vienna suit, which uses where the which is this one. That way, it's an entirely different system. But yeah, the thing is, I've got to figure out, does this have its attachment component to the back? If not, I'm gonna have to craft one. No, I'm gonna have to craft one. Wait a minute. No, I don't. I just realized something. I don't have to do. I don't need these parts. I just realized I don't need these parts. I can actually put it. I'm sorry. That's just kind of funny. I'm gonna be build. I'm gonna be using these two. Wait a minute. No, I'm gonna need to remember to put this component. I do need. I need to look at this again. Tail component, and look at the tail component. Yeah, I will need that. Okay. uh, okay. First, I'm gonna do the tail. Get that up ready. So that I can actually make something nice. Then I can paint this. uh, Everyone has a point where their mind goes, believe me, there's more to the mind than anyone would. But I'll have to figure it out when we're starting doing this. Huh? Right? And that just fell out. Goodness, it's too bad. I could easily just slide that in, and boom. Alright, now I need a little glue for this. Alright, put that there. I'll just be doing the tail for right now, because after this, it'll just be really just certain components that I have to do. And it's mostly also just going to be painting too. And I'm going to be using this part more. Granted, if I'm calculating right, I'd also be able to put this into it as well. If I could, I would love to blend these together. Hey, 13, does this look nice? Or should I go crazier? Hold on, let me actually get closer. Or should I just clip these off, cut this in the middle? If I cut this in half, I cut these two in half and make that look. Think that would be awesome? Honestly, something that I actually think would look much better like that. You think that would look? Because that kind of looks more like a chess piece to me now. But I want these to be the horns. So So I will just flip those two in half and do that. I'm considering that her palette is not really black. It's more pastel. I have to go with what I know I have to go with. More pink, lavender sort of colors. Now I gotta let that dry. And then I can put that into there and pop it out easily. There we go. All right. Huh. Okay. Now if uh, I gotta look at this so I can make plans and everything. I'll be ending stream soon anyway, because I already got the moment I needed. So here, I will actually do it onto that. I'll do it onto there. Okay, uh, plan made, idea done. All right, have fun. And if you enjoyed the stream, consider following and turning notifications. Yeah, it was good chatting with you. Well, I'm also getting off because I want to go have fun. So, see you again next time. Mind you, I'm streaming tomorrow at the same time, 4:30. See ya. Well, have fun anyway. Yep. Monday, I also will be streaming at 4:32.